get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word, man? How everybody doing out there, man? Hope everybody had a great day. Hope everybody had a good week. You know what I mean? Y'all already know the count. Y'all know what time it is. It's weekend banger time. It's weekend banger time. You already know what time it is. Let's get it. Start the weekend off right. Doing the right thing by dropping bangers. Y'all already know the count. I got y'all, man. Got y'all every play. You don't got to worry about nothing. It's a lot every time. But all I ask in return is that y'all just stay y'all ass out the way. That's it. Can y'all just stay out the way for me, man? We're not going in those jails like I always tell y'all. We're not catching no cases to go into those jails, man. We're going to keep our nose clean. We're going to stay out the way, man. We're going to enjoy life. We're going to enjoy our family. We're going to enjoy the good weather. We're going to enjoy just being free to do whatever the hell we want. Because when you go into prison, you're not free. It's over with. You're not free. It's a wrap. Council Christmas, man. You're going to have somebody this tall like a nerd telling you what to do, man. I hated it. And now I don't have to go through it, man. I thank God every day for it, man. So y'all please, man, just stay y'all ass out the way. That's what we talking about, man. But, you know, I see the numbers moving. I see everything going up. That's what we do. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Like, share, and subscribe. Share, like. Let's get it. Come on, keep going. We gotta subscribe. Send it to people. Keep turning me up. Definitely this weekend. Let's go, man. We gotta keep going, man. Keep the numbers rolling. I'm gonna keep the content coming, man. I got a lot of stuff coming for y'all in the future, man. Y'all gotta stick with me, and y'all gotta rock with me, and you gotta trust me because I got y'all, man. I got y'all every play, man. And if anybody wants to donate to the channel, I told y'all, hit that thanks button, man. It's right there by the share and all that when you're looking at the video, man. So if you want to donate to Staying Out the Way Trade, hit that thanks button, man. I appreciate anything anybody donates, man. But let's get down to business, man. Let's get down to business for this weekend banger. Let's get down to business. Y'all already know what time it is, man. The story I got for y'all today it's called They Was Fighting Over a Man. For real, man. Crazy, man. And I'm going to take y'all to Greensville on this one, man. We on Greensville on this one, man. I'm in the go home pod in this one, man. I actually have 13 months when I first get up there, man. So, like, that's what we going at on this one. So, boom. I just get to Greensville. A lot of people that stuck on my stories and I listen to a lot of my stories, y'all already know that when I got to Greensville, I was actually supposed to go to, I can't remember the numbers because I was only there 13 months, but I was either in S1 or S3, one of the two. But wherever I was at, I was in the block where the intake pod is right next door in Greensville. The intake pod is right next door. So if you heard my old stories, when I talk about Greensville, that's because I'm in the go home pod. But I was actually moved over into the pod that I'm saying that's a go home pod. That's what they used to label it as, a go home pod. But it was like I told y'all it was weird. It was like a slash honor pod slash dudes, a few like 15, 20 older dudes trying to get out by trying to run programs and still is go home dudes in there. But at the same time, like just with all that still going on, it was still prison at the end of the day, regardless. You know what I mean? So I was able to move over into that block. I moved into that block. Everything started going smooth. You know what I mean? Everything started going smooth. And when it comes to this block, y'all, like, what they had in that block, man, I ain't even gonna lie, because it's 4 pods in the building. The first pod on the right is the intake pod on the right when you come in. The second pod is the pod that I'm talking about. And I told y'all it was go home dudes, old dudes trying to go home that don't got release dates. And it was a few regular people in there, but majority of dudes about to go home and the old dudes. So this was a pod where they had a lieutenant lady and they had a sergeant, and they used to kind of like hand pick who they wanted in this pod. So like they had a lot of people that work in that building in the pod. They had a lot of people that just was really trying to stay out the way in that pod. And it was just a bunch of different people in the pod at the end of the day. So I saw that it was still regular prison. I ain't even gonna lie. I noticed it. I'm like, I mean, you got to understand, it was a major transition from leaving Lawrenceville to come to Greensville anyway. Like, I just was at somewhere that was like a college campus. Now I'm back to real jail. So it was like, I noticed it. And you know, I had 13, 14 months when I first got there, 12, 13 months or something like that. But when I got there, I was like, you know what? I got to suck it up. I know this is whack. I didn't want to get moved. Like, I done seen dudes go home a million times from Lawrenceville that had more time than me, less time, but they going to move me to the reentry. I ain't understand it. So I had to deal with it regardless if it was regular prison or it was just anything going on. I saw it was, I seen how the yard was designed. I seen how the buildings were designed. I seen that I was back to these regular COs. I was just where the people had GO on their badge. Now I'm back to it and say DOC on the badge. You know what I mean? Like, I saw it was a major change. So I just had to put myself in, bro, listen, you got to stay out the way, definitely. You know what I mean? You got to really, this is going to be your best staying out the way because you have 13 months. But at the same time, just knowing your mind that you're back in real prison. So I understood that. I ain't even gonna lie, I understood that. So when I first moved over there, I had a roommate. He went home immediately. And I ended up getting the young boy in my cell. Now I'm in the cell with the young boy. So if anybody heard my story about when I was talking about when they was fighting over the phone, this is the same pod. This is the same young dude that I'm in the cell with. So I'm in the cell with a young dude at this time. So he moved in kind of after I moved in. But when he came in with a batch, and it wasn't a batch, but they actually brought him and another person over to our pod. Now in my pod, we had a few old dudes in there, and I'm not gonna call them predators. It probably was one or two that was predators, but just for the majority of the people that was in the pod, as far as the older dudes, I would say they were the older dudes that used to get down back in the day. I mean, they was down forever. A lot of those dudes that was down forever, that's what they do. A lot of dudes that not down forever, that's what they do too, as far as indulging in homosexuality. But like, the older dudes in there had a different mission, y'all. Like, their mission was really trying to get home. So you would see like somebody that had a major reputation in our pod. Like, you would see them, and there was a few of them in there. They had major reputations from being at this prison back in the day. They was at the Wall, they was at the old Powhatan, they was at Southampton. Like, these are dudes that has been down for over 20 plus that they have in our pod. But the old dudes that they have in our pod, they're actually trying to get out. They have no new law status as far as, or either have a release date. All they have is a lot of time, but what they do have on their side is parole. You know what I mean? So they've been probably getting clapped for years. Like I'm telling you, if you've been down 20, you've been getting clapped for years. And it didn't really matter about your time, because I have seen dudes go home with a life sentence. So your time didn't matter. So these dudes probably been getting turned down for years. So they probably figured it out, because Greensville is big, and like where I'm at, where I'm telling y'all my side of the yard is at, it's 3 other yards like that. So it's like Greensville is huge. So boom, the old dudes are in there running programs for they can get out early. You know what I mean? Like, not really get out early, but it'll look good for them when they go up for the parole board. That they're actually running programs in there. You know what I mean? So it was this one particular dude in there. I was cool with one of the old heads that kind of ran the whole thing. Like, not really ran the whole thing, but he was like, he had more, the police deal with him more. And he did a lot more than what these guys did. And for real, he actually was really trying to, I think a lot of them are trying to really get out. But this dude, Doc, that I used to rock with, he definitely was trying to get out. Now, it was another old head in there named Red. And this dude, Red, I want to say he was from Lynchburg, but he was a kind of about a little shorter than me, light-skinned dude. You know what I mean? You could tell he was like in his early 50s. You know what I mean? He been down probably since a teenager, you know what I mean? And prison is all he knows. But at the same time, he still sees, he's still like smart enough, even through all the crazy stuff that he done been through his bid. He is still smart enough to know that if I get in this program in this block with the dudes that's about to go home, this can help me. So they came into that block to actually help the dudes that are about to go home with programs, run programs, and talk to them about what you should and what you shouldn't do, which I thought was crazy, because it ain't like they've been on the land. They can't really just tell you nothing but just stay your ass out the way. I can tell you that, but they used to let them people do it. So boom, I was cool with the dude Doc. It was another dude in there named Red, and the dude Red, he ran the program where you had to get up in the morning time. So his junk was like, you had to get up like after breakfast. His junk gonna start right after breakfast, probably like 9 o'clock. And then you gotta go and sit in that junk all the way to count time. And he used to be passing out these little cards, and you used to have to write down, what do you think is gonna be the first 5 things you do when you go home? And then he'll get you to fill out the card about the 5 things. You write down the 5 things, and then you turn it back into him, and then he'll put it in a basket, and then he'll shake it. You gotta put your name on the joint too. He'll shake it up, and then he'll pull a card out and be like, oh, so this is what such and such say he's gonna do when he come home. And then he'll get to running down the list of what people say they're gonna do when they go home, and then we'll talk about it in the class. So he had a good class too. But at the same time though, when we used to go outside, I used to notice Red, you know what I mean? He knew a lot of the homosexuals, you know what I mean? Like, I saw he knew a lot of the homosexuals. Now, I didn't really just put him as being in the gay category for knowing all the homosexuals. But at the same time, like, I know he been down 20 plus. He has told us in the class he been down 23, 24. I think he said 24, 23 or something like that. And this was in 2016. So I don't know when he made it or if he ever made it, but at the same time, like, he's been down. And the way I see him interact with the homosexuals, I'm figuring that he probably done, you know what I mean? He probably done shook out a little bit. But boom, he's in our block. Now, they finally moved. When I tell y'all they moved a young boy into my block, to my cell. When he came in, him and another person came from the intake pod, which was next door. Now, my cell was empty, Red's cell was empty, and it was like 2 other cells empty. I got a roommate and Red got a roommate. Now, when I get my roommate is the young dude. You know what I mean? It's the young dude I was telling y'all about that was about to be 18, you know what I mean? Bad as hell, you know what I mean? He was cool. I used to try to holler at him until he went maniac. But that's who my celly became. Red Sully was this country dude. I don't know where he was from, man. I think he was somebody that got caught doing something on them level 1s, and he was from Chuckatuck County, Virginia. Don't get me to lie. I don't know where he was from. I know he looked like a hillbilly. He was a black dude. He just looked really country. You know what I mean? So that was Red Sully. So we got all this going on. Red don't like the man in his cell at all. Red said the man trifling. And you got to understand, this is somebody that came from, and dude, I think dude did come from a level 1 or something like that. So like I said, I never knew he was from, you can just tell he came in, he didn't really have nothing for real like that, but he used to work. So that's probably where he used to get his money from. He probably had so less time. He never bought a TV, none of these things. So he come in with nothing. The dude Red been down for 20 some years. So this was bad for them to match them up. I don't know why this wasn't working anyway. So he's in the cell with Red the whole time. Red is not feeling the man. Red is going to talk to the people off the rip. I see him go talk to the people, but it didn't look like he was telling them nothing. Like, I ain't gonna say he was doing that, but he went to go see, like, yo, can y'all get this dude out my room? Like, I ain't really feeling this, you know what I mean? The people say, all right, we're gonna try to do this. He like, his room's open. You can do this and do that. They're like, nah, look, we can't do no moves right now. But when we can do it, we can do it. So I don't know if it was a reason that they wanted this dude over here, but boom, another bus come through. Now, when this bus come through in our pod, y'all, we had this dude that I said about in another story in Greensville that I did a little bit a while ago, and I told y'all that his name was Mankey, and Mankey was another old dude that been down like 40 years. He been down like, I'm gonna say 30, 40 years. He been down 30, 40 years. I'm telling you, he been down forever. And it's like he didn't give a damn. Like, his job used to be cleaning the hallway, mopping and sweeping the salad port just downstairs. Now, he wanted that job because I told y'all, when the bus gets there, they come to the intake pod next door. So if it's any homosexuals or anybody like that coming in, he wants first dibs. Yes, Mankey used to mess with the homosexuals. If you watch my old story, you did. So Mankey is cool with the dude Red. You know what I mean? He was cool with the dude Red. Red is going through the stuff about somebody. He trying to get the country dude out of his cell. He said, dude dirty. He don't want him in there. You know what I mean? But when the new shipment of people came in, this time around when it came in, it was like 2 homosexuals. Now, one of the homosexuals was a tall dude. He was kind of a tall dude. And the second homosexual was kind of like he was like a brown skin, you know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie, like he paused. He had looked like a girly girl in the face slightly. I ain't even gonna lie, he had like a girl face. Like, he had a low cut, but he had like a girl face, but he had manly features in his body. So like, of course he's a man. He's in prison, y'all. He's definitely a man. But when I end up seeing him because I guess Red know the man. So when we went to dinner, we eat with them sometime. They'll be leaving as we come in or vice versa. So the homosexual dude stayed in there. You know what I mean? He stayed in there the whole time. Red met him. Him and Red is inseparable. Red know him super hard. So Red got back. As soon as we got back from Child, we got back fast. You can see the homosexual dude standing at the door. Red comes to the door and say, "Come in. Come on, you good?" And I'm looking like, damn, he about to make the dude 229. The dude come in the pod, y'all. The dude come in the pod. The homosexual dude come in the pod. Red goes to his cell. Red comes back out with a big laundry bag full of hygiene, food. He gave him all type of stuff. Hit him all decent. Gave the homosexual something to eat, some hygiene. He went back to his pod. You know what I mean? Ever since that day, now you see Red down on the administration. When I say he's down on the sergeant and the lieutenant, he's down on their top. He like, yo, man, come on, y'all gonna keep this dude in my cell. So I guess like a lot of those dudes that come from them level ones and mess up, then they send them to real prison, like the dude Country did, like my roommate did. Like they want them in a pod like that because I feel like they feel a little sympathy, like they just don't want to throw them in regular population. Because I'm telling y'all, Greensville is real prison. It's gangland. It's crazy and it's real prison. So I guess they just don't want to throw them in the fire. So that's my pod was like a little like safe haven kind of like. So they told him that they couldn't move him out the pod, but they're going to move him in another cell, but you have to wait. So he's trying to say, okay, when you move him, can you move my peoples into the joint? You know what I mean? So I just been sitting back. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I'm getting a little adapted to the pod. I'm cool with a few people, you know what I mean? But I just been sitting back, just watching, because I know the game as far as like how it is when you work for the administration, when you work for the people and all that. Like I done seen that on each camp I've been at. But this one right here was slightly different because these are dudes, like, I was like, they gave the lifers like all the seniority and like they don't even have release dates and they got them around dudes that's about to go home. So I'm like, it's crazy. But like I say, it was a dude I was cool with that me and him ran the phone. The phone we used to have, his name was Jersey. I talked about him in my old story, but he wasn't about to go home. He had like a dub. He wasn't about to go home, but he was actually cool with the dude Doc I was telling y'all about. And Doc was dumb cool with the people, you know what I mean? So bro wasn't going nowhere. Only way to get bro out of there is going to the hole, and that's how he ended up getting out of there in the future. But like the old dudes just had so much pull and so much power and like and it used to mess me up. Like I could see if you at a spot, you in regular population, you got time to do the COs and administration and everybody, they already know dudes mess with homosexuals. They know that. Like, I don't even think they really care. They just don't want to catch you doing it, but they don't even give a damn. So, like, trying to get moved into a cell with a homosexual or get a homosexual moved into your cell, it usually is like they don't give a damn. You know what I mean? It happens. I'm telling y'all, it happens. But being in the go home pod, I'm figuring like, how the hell are they trying to like move somebody into the, you know what I mean? Like, this is nuts. Like, we trying to focus on going home. They came and got me from a whole goddamn another compound for some re-entry. Now I got a re-entry with seeing the madness still. I thought I was coming to, you know what I mean? Everybody transitioning for the land. Y'all know this is still real prison. So look, boom. They end up making the move. They made the move, man. They made the move. Now the dude is in the pod with us, man. Now, this dude name is C. You know what I mean? Like, the letter C, and they used to say CC, but I never said C. I never called him anything. I never had to call him. I never spoke to this man. I never did any of this. But I'm in the pod, like just seeing, like just from afar, just watching, like, damn, they done moved this man in the pod. So boom, the dude Red, you know what I mean? Red is definitely running the program. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He done got the homosexual moved into his cell, the dude C. Now, it's like, with that going on, he still, like I told y'all, it don't matter. What they got going on, we got going on, regardless, this is still prison. So Red is still store boxing, and he's running a parlay for somebody. You know what I mean? So he's passing out parlay tickets. And these are things that I'm not saying he can't do or he couldn't do, but like, he was still living on the edge because at the end of the day, bro, you trying to make parole, you're supposed to walk right, man. You owe it to yourself after all these damn years of walking wrong. You owe it to yourself to move right. Am I right, y'all? Like, but the old heads they had in there, I told you, they was different. All of them. The only one I could tell y'all that was like official was the dude Doc. And he was down forever, man. He was down forever. He was from DC, but all he did is go work, come back, go call his wife, go in the cell, eat, do the same routine all over again. That's all he did. I never seen, maybe back in the day, I don't know about when I was around him, he did none of those things like the rest of those old heads. He went into smoking, gambling, nothing. He didn't do anything but sit what he's supposed to do. But Red still did what he wanted to do, blah, blah, blah. He did this and did that. So look, boom. Now that the dude C is in Red Cell, they're like a little mini couple. They like a little mini couple, y'all, and it was wild because it's like, when they did the like now I told y'all Red run the program in the morning. So now when he do the program in the morning, he done involved this dude. Now I never even asked or even known or even knew how much time the dude C had. You know what I mean? I don't know how much time he had. I don't know if he was short like us or he was one of the dudes trying to make parole. He didn't look like an old head. He looked like he was in his early 30s, you know what I mean? He looked like someone that was back and forth from prison. He didn't look like someone that was down forever, even though he was a man portraying as a woman slightly. Like he didn't look like one of those old, you know what I mean, homosexual dudes that I used to see, you know what I mean? He was like younger and looked like he was, you know, he had his little shit together slightly as far as appearance wise, and when he moved in the cell with Red, it's like Red got him everything he needed anyway. So he never looked poor. He never looked poor the whole time he was in there. So now Red has involved this man into our program. So now I'm kind of mad on the low, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. So I ain't even really feeling the junk. It's me and two other dudes that ain't really feeling the junk, right? And it ain't like I'm on some major homophobic stuff. I'm just like, he's gone too far. Like, why your joint, why your girl or whatever, why he gotta be in our program? Like, why he gotta come? Like, I mean, I could have seen if he was an actual student in the program, but no, he made him another worker. So it's like, not on no crazy homophobic stuff, y'all. I just felt like that he was doing too much, man. Like, what are you doing? So I really started going to the class. Me and two other dudes started going to the class because I was like, it's becoming a circus. Y'all. Like, him and Red, they was just always together. You know what I mean? Always together, man. Always. I'm like, in the class, and I'm like, man, I didn't care about the pod, but just to see them always together, I'm just like, damn, you'll see them, they'll come out, he'll put the sheet on the joint, you know what I mean? He'll pull out you'll see Red come downstairs with all the meats and this rice and the soups, and they'll have everything, and they'll sit down there and make their meal, and then they'll cook it, and then they'll have the meat, then they'll have the chips poured there, the plastic trash bag over the junk, you know what I mean, over the sheet, then they'll make the meal, and then you'll see the dude like pouring the chips like in a square of the pizza, and they sat there and they had that Buffalo Wild Wings some damn well. That's my word. They would sit there and have them a little meal, and this is the go home pod. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy, man. I'm like, this is wild right here. Like, I couldn't believe what I was witnessing, but I'm witnessing this crazy mess. So boom, now another batch of people then came in. A whole nother batch of people came into the intake pod. So we had it set up, and it's upstairs and downstairs the same way. Upstairs is 2 pods, downstairs is 2 pods. But when you want to smoke, you have to actually go into this thing they have in the back of the pod, which it's a door that we can open, which is wild. We can open it up at any time, and it leads to like these bars. The bars are basically separating us from the intake pod, which is next door to us. But people actually go in there and smoke, and you can smoke from outside or the other pod. You like either way, you'll come in our joint to smoke, and there'll be dudes from the other side and they're smoking. So like that's what people used to go at to smoke. But it's actually the door that leads to another door that leads you to the back to go outside at, because their yard is behind the building. You know what I mean? So boom, a whole new batch of people come in, and then next thing you know, as I'm working out, y'all, and we doing the workout like where we working out at. The back door is like right here, but the steps is like not too far from there to go upstairs, because Greensville steps is close to the back. So we're like doing the push-ups on the steps. So we going like step for step, like 10, all the way up the steps, and like bang out when we get to the top. But as I'm doing my push-ups going up the steps, I look, the dude C been in the joint a long time, and he been in there because it's right there by where we're working out at, and he been in there so long that it's like when dudes want to come in there and smoke, he'll just slide out real quick and give them their privacy. Dudes will smoke as soon as they finish, he'll go right back in. So we done banged out for like 2 hours, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. and he's still doing the same thing. I ain't paying no mind, but I pinned it, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So boom, we go to lunch. I mean, not lunch, we go to dinner. So when we go to dinner, we get into the junk. We walk in, I look, I just see this old dude, man. Not old, but he was older than me. You know what I mean? He was like 40-something probably, but he was just sitting there with the black. In prison, you can buy the black lopes. Like, they call them lopes because they so dark, they just all blacks. Like, the junks the essays be wearing, kind of like. But you can buy those off commissary. Like, a lot of people wear them. Not a lot of people. A few people, I never wore them, but they got the all blacks you can order on commissary. When we walked in, there was a black dude with a bald head sitting at the table. Like, as we come in, we got to go up this way and then come this way to get our tray. He was sitting like at the table by the drinks and stuff at. And I spotted him because, for one, he is not in our pod. Now, I know the other pod could have been in there, but that intake pod next to us is flipped so much because it's an intake pod. Dudes are not staying there long. You just go there to get where you going at. They classify you and tell you where you going at. That's what that intake pod is for. So when I walk in, I see some black dude, smooth, bald head, you know what I mean? He got a jean coat on, you know what I mean? We got a jean coat on in prison in Virginia. That's kind of like you like on some ball shit. That's what they try to put it, like you on some bullshit if you got a jean coat. But he had on a jean coat and the head bald, you know what I mean? You can't wear your scullies in the chow hall, so he had a scully off because this is winter time. And he had the black glasses on, and I just see him sitting there. So as we coming in, boom, I'm like in the middle. You know what I mean? I get my tray. By the time I get my tray and get my drink, I look up. The dude C is going to his table. Now, Red never went to chow either. Now, he'll be doing programming all the way up until lunch sometimes because he'll do that class for us, or he'll go to school and be like, I think he was a teacher's aide in the school building too. So he wouldn't eat with us with lunch either anyway because he'll go with the early child. You know what I mean? So sometimes he wouldn't go to dinner. Majority of the time after doing all that, the morning junk, the lunch junk, he'll buck on dinner. You know what I mean? Greensville ain't feed you nothing anyway. So he never went to dinner. You know what I mean? So the dude see beeline to the dude table. So I said, oh, that's what he been talking. That's who he been talking to the whole time. So they talking, you know what I mean? But as they talking, I see the old head reach out and grab his arms. And then he grabbed his hands and caressed it. And my man hit me like, you see that? I'm like, man, I ain't trying to see. I'm like, man, I ain't. That junk crazy. Man, like, who that? You like, man, that dude Red gonna go crazy. I'm like, man, this is nuts. What is he doing? So they over there, you know what I mean? And then they got up. It was time to leave. They got up. They was in front of us. We leaving. Man, they was walking, man. The old dude just, you know what I mean? Just kept like that was his joint. Like he was, you know what I mean? So the dude see just like he's falling, like he liked what he was doing. He didn't stop him. He didn't tell him nothing. Now I'm not saying in prison, I don't know how it goes, but I don't know if you're supposed to be loyal when you're with a man in prison. Like, I don't know. But all I know is the dude Red that went through massive stuff to get him in the joint. Now he got him in there. He done got him a job. He got him working in the class. And everything is great. They straight. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I already knew from my years of being down already that this wasn't going to end well, y'all. Because I knew it. I'm like, this is not going to end well. So boom, y'all, look. Red, you know what I mean? He don't know what's going on. They come back. He talked to Cece for a minute out in the hallway. I called him Cece, pause. He talked to C for a minute out in the hallway. He talked to him for a minute out in the hallway. Then it was finally time to go in. He went in the pod. So when he came in the pod, Red was just coming from, like, our class is in our, it look like it's in our pod. It's like you go up the top tier all the way to the back. And when you go to the back on the top tier, that leads you to, like, they got elevators, they got little rooms and little spots where they have classes at. All that is in our jump. So dude Red is coming like from there. And his cell is all the way around, you know what I mean, on the other side of the top tier. But as he coming in, I see him look down. He actually spot the dude C coming in. So when the dude C come in, he spotted, you know what I mean? But I don't think he said anything right then and there. They go in the cell lockdown. Boom. When we come off lockdown, the old dude, somebody, all you hear, as soon as we come off lockdown, you hear somebody say, C. He like, what? He had his voice was the dumbest voice in America too. So he like, what? Like, somebody want you downstairs. Man, that's my word. He go down. The door's just open. He the first name get called. He go down there. This dude's waiting to smoke. He already in the junk talking to dude. So dude was like, man, it's a couple dudes from Richmond. They trying to go in the junk and smoke. We just came out. Like, what's up? What y'all doing? Can I get in here? So they already know what's going on. But only person that don't know what's going on is the dude Red. He's the only one that don't know what's going on. So boom. The dude keep picking rolling, keep picking and rolling, coming out, letting people in, coming out. And it just started looking obvious to Red. It started looking obvious to Red. Now, boom. My little homeboy so happened to come up there, and he's in the intake pod. Guess who he's in the cell with? He's in the cell with this mystery man with the bald head. So he's telling me like, yo, look, they about to send me to the S3 joint. He was going to because they have a side that has the re-entry, which is still maniac time over there too. So actually, I'm glad they ain't put me over that motherfucker. I probably would have messed my time up over there. Cause you know what I mean? I heard it was maniacness over there. So when I ended up striking that little honor part, it was perfect. You know what I mean? I can chill, stay out of the way for a year over here. But my little homeboy trying to get over here. I'm trying to run a play with the lady, but I'm telling you, they funny. They don't let nobody in like that. I'm talking like, it's like a, you gotta be like, I'm telling you, the only thing saved me is that I ended up getting in with the dude Doc. And once I got in with Doc, it was already a lock, you know what I mean? I wasn't in a gang, because they check all that. They check all of that. They check everything. I was straight, so they let me stay. So my little homeboy trying to come over there, and I'm trying to work the play, but they gunning me down. I go try to go holler at Doc. Doc was like, man, I can't make no movement. I can vouch for people that I know, or you know what I mean? I don't know him, so I don't want to, you know what I mean? I can't get involved, bro. You know, I'm trying to go home. I had to respect that. So boom. He like, yo, my celly trying to get over there too. He was like, man, that's crazy. He's like, man, that's gonna be crazy if they let him come over here and they don't let me come over there. He was like, man, that's my word. I said, yo, listen, who you in the cell with? He was like, I'm in the cell with the dude with the bald head, man. He was like, I think his name Tim. You know what I mean? He was like, he from Northern Virginia somewhere, man. He was like, man, he was like, yo, man. He was like, yo, I gotta get the hell out of there, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I felt bad for bro. I'm like, yo, you gotta slide. Couple days later, they end up moving him to where he's supposed to been at. So he's gone. So now that's the dude name. The dude name was Tim. That's down on C. So boom. C is just being a maniac, to be honest with y'all, man, because I saw Red a couple times penning what's going on. You know what I mean? But Red is still trying, like, I guess he's stuck in the pickle, y'all. He's looking at it like, I can't trick my, like, if I crash out, I'm gonna not only mess up the good thing that I got going over here in this pod, I'm gonna mess that up, and it's gonna look bad when I go for parole. You know what I mean? You gotta stay charge free. You gotta do the right thing and do those programs that they're doing when you're on parole, for the parole board to see that you at least trying to change. So you catching the charge through this whole process, regardless of what it is a bad thing, y'all. It's a bad thing. So I know he's picked what's going on. This old dude, Tim, he's really like down on C, on some disrespectful stuff. So now, out of nowhere, the dude, Tim, he start just coming in the pod. You know what I mean? Dude, Tim just start coming in the pod. He start just coming in our jump, like right before dinner, you know what I mean? After dinner, you know what I mean? Like he just used to come in. He done got cool with the lady that worked the booth. She letting him run do anything. So he'll come over there, and when he come over there, he'll come to the front of the door, and then he'll look, and then he'll spot C. It don't matter where Red is at. And then him and C will just walk over in the cut all the way down by the window, and they'll be back there talking. Now, he'll probably wait till we go to child, and he'll just go to child with us. You know what I mean? But he just was going hard with it. So I know the old dudes that know Red in there, they're telling Red what's going on. Not only that, Red seeing what's going on with his own eyes. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy, man. So boom, we in the cell one night, man. And I was in like, I want to say, I forgot how Greensville's cells were numbered. I'm so used to how Lawrenceville and Sussex was, but wherever I was at, I was on the top tier, like the second cell, like in the middle, you know what I mean? So my cell was like in the middle, like straight ahead, and I was like in the middle joint. So I can't remember what number that was, though. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all, but that's where my cell was at. Me and a young boy in there kicking it one night. We hear, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that, you gonna have to respect that, I'm like, what the hell? So everybody, I know, and my roommate know, and Greensville have no windows on their doors. I told y'all, like, it's a Sussex and Lawrenceville have doors, and it's the window that you come look out of the door, and it's plastic, you know what I mean? It's a window. Greensville, You can stick your whole arm through their junk, which is wild. I'm like, damn, why ain't they know? So like, you gotta be careful how you talk. And then when someone talking or something's happening, you hear everything. So I'm like, damn, all you hear is Then next thing you know, like, hold on, what's going on? Like, man, I was at first, I'm like, damn, is he getting violated? I didn't know. But we hearing this, know all this, like, and then you hear Red like, no, you ain't gonna do me like that, shorty. You not gonna do me like that. You not gonna do me like that. So I'm like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I'm like, he about to crash out, mess everything he got out, kill C probably, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is nuts, man. He's like, you're not gonna carry me like that. I'm like, man, this is nuts. So I'm chilling, I'm watching TV still, but I still didn't hear no furniture moving. So they didn't fight or nothing like that on that particular time. So boom. Next thing you know, y'all, like 2 days later, see a cart coming in our jump. It's the dude, Tim. Listen, I'm standing on the top tier. People say, I look, I see a cart coming in. It's the dude, Tim, coming in. I'm like, yo, this is nuts. Like, they have so much power in there. I'm telling you, like, he just deboed his way in our part. Ain't about to debo CC. I'm sorry. But nah, C. So boom. I'm like, man, wow, man. Me and the dude, AJ, that I rock with, we just sitting back. Like, he like, yo, this joke crazy, bro. We supposed to be in a go-home pod. I'm like, yo. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. This is nuts, man. So I'm like, yo, this is wild, man. Like, I want to, like, he like, man, I give them to tomorrow. I guarantee you they gonna be trying to kill each other. I'm like, nah, man. I was like, for real, I don't know about the dude Tim, but Red trying to go home. I'm telling you, I was like, they was arguing the other night. He was like, I heard him. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is crazy right here. This is crazy right here. I'm telling my roommate, cause he penning it. He see what's going on. He weak when he first seen the dude C moving the pod, and he ain't really used to seeing all this type of stuff. I'm used to seeing all this madness. Young boy wasn't. And I used to be in the cell, giving it to him, drilling, pause. I used to be like, look. I said, bro, listen, you see, this is why when you get out, bro, from that little baby beard you about to do, bro, like when you get out, bro, this is why you don't come back. I said, look at this. I was saying that to him then. That's my word. I'm like, bro, you see this right here, bro? I said, bro, we supposed to be in the go home pod, and these dudes is switching cells about the, you know what I mean? Got homosexuals. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, this dude's freaky as hell. I'm like, man, listen, bro, don't come back. I'm telling you, do not come back. So boom, we come out. Now Tim is in the pod with us now. Now, Tim is just basically like, I think he's trying to time his disrespectfulness this time around. Now, the dude C is talking to him still, in front of Red. You know what I mean? But the dude Tim kind of like, he ain't really like, you know what I mean? Like they'll sit at the table and talk. He ain't really being going hard like he did when he used to 229 over and sneak over and all that. He's not going hard like that. So they're just talking. So next thing you know, I look, I see the dude Red pull up on him with C right there. He like, yo, look. Can I talk to you? You know what I mean? Everybody's looking. The whole pod is looking because we knew dude just moving the pod. We know dude down on his jump. You know what I mean? So we everybody's watching. We're working out, but we're watching what's going on with that. So boom, they back there by the window. You know what I mean? They talk for a minute right there, and then they went to. I see the dude. Tim like, nah, they ain't nah. So he like, yo, come back. So I guess he called him into the back where I told y'all we go smoke at. To go to call somebody else over there from the other pod, like to straighten something, whatever they was going at. So I'm like, I'm thinking like they can't go back there and fight. So where are they going back there? They went back there. Boom. They did what they had to do back there. I guess they talked to somebody. They came back out. The dude Red was just like, nah, I ain't doing it like that. I don't care. I ain't doing it like that. And for real, that mom, he was like, that mom effort just is disrespecting me like that because he know I'm trying to get out. He know I'm trying to get out. That's why he being like that. So I see the dude Tim, he got a calm voice because I can't really to make out what he's saying, but basically he just cool, calm, and collected. But he probably was taking him like, he probably was telling like, man, nigga, yo chose me. That's what he probably was telling him. But I was just like, man, this is a crazy soap opera that's going on. So boom, we locked down. When we locked down, the whole time we locked down, we coming back out at night. But the whole time we locked down for this count, all you hear is Red and the dude seeing there arguing. He ain't got, you don't care about that. Red like, no, you trying to play me and you gonna do this after I looked out for you. I don't care about that. You don't own me. And I'm like, I promise y'all, sometimes I used to be like, God, I know I'm already short, but if you can make these months go by a little bit faster, like, please get me out of here, man. Like, real talk, my Greensville was different. That's why I'm glad I didn't stay there long. I'm like, that was nuts. I'm like, this is crazy, man. Like, and they just keep going at it. They going at it. We come out. When we come out, this time, the dude Tim pull up on him. Man. He pull up on him. You know what I mean? They back there talking. Red was like, man, all right, man. Red them off. Red them off, man. I'm like, these dudes about to fight over a man. I'm like, this is nuts, man. But this happens in prison all the time. I'm just giving y'all this story because I was in a go home pod. So I'm like, this is nuts, man. The dude C walking around. He got his stuff that he gonna make his food with. He ain't paying them no mind. He just letting them. He probably like the best man win. That's what he probably over there doing, and it's crazy that that's how it is. But that's probably what he's thinking, because he's sitting there, he's standing right at the table talking to his other friend, and he's smashing the soups up, and he putting his meal together. Red and Tim was just in the back corner talking, looked like they was ready to attack each other. You know what I mean? So I see Red wave him off. Red walk off. Red go stand over there by his other homeboy he be talking to in the program. So now the dude Doc see what's going on. Doc like, man, I told y'all Doc got more power than all they ass. You know what I mean? When Doc Penn was going on, Doc called the dude Tim. He called the dude Tim, was like, yo, let me holler at you for a second. You know what I mean? So boom, him and Doc walked off a little space, and I see him and Doc talking. Doc talking to him, because Doc jive rock with Red. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, they did a little program thing together. So he jive rock with him. So boom, he talking to him. You know what I mean? And then he dipped off. Tim walked off. While I'm sitting there, it's me, my roommate, the young boy, and the dude Jersey. The dude Doc, he's about to get on the phone after the guy that's about to get off, and I'm gonna get on after Doc. So he come to the table we sitting right by our phone. It's a table right there. He come right to the table we at. He sit down. So the dude Jersey was like, yo, he was like, man, you gonna stop that? He was like, man, the dude Tim told me straight up. He said he told him he gonna take his girl and he gonna take him. I was like, what do you mean take him? He was like, man, he said he gonna take him. He was like, man, I'm just hoping that he was like, y'all don't judge me, but I gotta get him out of here tomorrow. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm gonna try to get him out of here tomorrow. I'm just hoping nothing don't go down tonight. You know what I mean? I was like, and that was my first time hearing like how Doc expressed his power. So when I try to wait, my roommate don't know no damn better, but I instantly went to Jersey to see his attention when Doc said that. His attention just, he wasn't even thinking about it. I said, Doc, listen, man, don't do that, man. I said, man, it's prison. I said, I know y'all trying to get everything to run smooth. I said, but this is prison, man. Like, prison is prison, Doc. I'm telling you, like, don't stay out of that, man. You know what I mean? I said, you can do what you want to do. I said, but at the end of the day, stay out of that, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's prison, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be God in this joint. You're not God. You just got to watch out for yourself. And sometimes you got to pull your trump card. But right here, this isn't a trump card thing right here. You know what I mean? Red made his decision when he got that boy moved in his cell. You know what I mean? So since he got the boy moved in his cell, he got to handle his own problems. You can't come and save this. I'm like, bro, like for real, Doc, man, if we do that, man, like I'm good on that phone, man. I was like, man, I got 6 months left, man. You know what I mean? Like y'all carrying it like that. I don't want to be part of nothing like that, man. You know what I mean? I wasn't taking up for the dude Tim. I just didn't want Doc to like kind of like show his force of power by moving this man out and the dude C and dude live happily ever after. For real, I wanted all three of their ass gone. That's about where I wanted all three of them gone, y'all. Y'all hear me? So he was like, you know what? You right, man. I gotta stop minding my business, man. He was like, but still, I try to keep the pod level. And you know what I mean? Like, I know dudes about to go home and we want to go through and see all that. I'm like, yeah, you right. But even when we was about to go home, I said, we still in prison. I said, I already told myself that. I said, and everybody else was about to go home should do the same. You know what I mean? I said, it's your call, but if you do that, bro, I ain't a part of nothing like that. You know what I mean? He was like, you know what, man? I'm staying out of that. So Doc stayed out of it. Doc stayed out of it, y'all. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to save the predator, and I ain't gonna put him in the predator category, but it was just like, I don't want to be a part of nothing like that, man. Like, dudes knew I ride, dudes know we got a phone together, and I don't hang with Doc, but he does talk to me at times. And the dude Jersey rocked with him, and I rocked it with Jersey. So it was like, I ain't want to be part of nothing like that, even when we about to go home. And I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't, y'all. So Red and Tim, they stay in their distance. C stayed right over there and made his, the dude C stayed right over there, made his little meal. You know what I mean? Kept doing what he was doing. And that's how it was. We locked down. When we locked down, this is my word. When we locked down, y'all, I didn't hear anything. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear not one, and I don't sleep hard. But not only did I didn't hear nothing, my roommate didn't hear anything either. He definitely sleep like a young boy. He was out cold. He didn't hear anything. So look, when they call standby for breakfast, you know what I mean? People take their time to get up in the morning because they'll let us out, and we know we're about to go to breakfast soon, but we'll be out for rep. So a lot of people don't come out on door open first time. So when the door open, that's what'll wake me up. The door open, I'll get up, and then she'll leave them open for like 5 minutes. I'll come to the jump because I told you I was right in the middle, so she couldn't miss me. I'll get up out of bed and be like, yo, close my door back. She'll close my jump back. And dudes will do that all through the pod. So boom. This time when I get up, y'all, I see that everybody's up. So I'm like, so I wake my roommate up, get up, bro. You going to breakfast? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, everybody up, bro. I don't know what's going on, but I don't sleep during times like this. So I start putting my stuff on. Boom, I go to the sink, get my stuff together. You know what I mean? But as I keep peeking downstairs, like, I can see tension. I can see the tension brewing. So boom, I brush my teeth, wash my face, get myself right, and I come downstairs. I see the dude AJ. He sleep where he can see everything. He downstairs. I see AJ. I walk down there by him. The dude Jersey, he coming downstairs as I'm coming downstairs from the other steps. I'm coming this way. He coming that way, but he looking at me like, you know what I mean? We get down steps and meet by the dude AJ. Like, yo, you ain't hear that last night? I hear what? He was like, man, it sound like the dude C and the dude Red was rumbling. I'm like, for real? He was like, man, somebody was rumbling over that side, and it had to have been them. So this is why everybody is up. So I'm like, what the hell? They still haven't come out their cell yet. Their doors open, but they still haven't come out their cell. I told you they in the far back. So boom. Next thing you know, you see C coming out the jump, walking all fast. He got his coat. He walking all fast. He moving fast. You know what I mean? He get down the steps. He get on the phone. Nobody on the phone. He gonna get on the phone. The phones ain't even get ready to cut on yet. I think they cut on at 8 o'clock or 7:30. He get on the phone. Can you cut the phone on? They like, you gotta wait. So he trying to get on the phone. You see Red come out the jump. You know what I mean? Red come out the jump. Red got the glasses on. Red got the glasses on. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him. Then I looked at C. Then I looked at him. I'm like, damn, dude, C gave him a shiner? You know what I mean? He gave him a shiner. Man, that's what it had to be. Cause I told you he's a light-skinned man. He come out with some glasses on. He has to go to school and do his little, he had his little routine of what he did, and it required leaving the building. So I know he don't want to buck on that, even though he got a little black eye. He's a light-skinned man. So boom, he come down the steps. When he come down the steps, the dude Tim, my attention was so much on like waiting for them to come out to see what had happened that I didn't even know. The dude Tim was right there waiting for him to come down the steps, like in the back of it, the steps a little bit. So when the dude Red came down the steps, he walked up on him. He like, yo, man. He was like, yo, didn't I tell you that's me, man? Didn't I tell you that, man? He said, I ain't want to embarrass you. He said, I didn't want to embarrass you. He said, but didn't I tell you that was me? He said, now you up there fighting? He said, didn't I tell you? And he popped him. When he popped Red, man, when he popped Red, them glasses went this way. The glasses went that away. The glasses went that, he popped them. When he popped them, Red got up on him though. They rumbling, boom, boom. They rumbling, this is my word. Tim a little taller. Tim getting into it, boom, 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 boom. They fought all the way to like the back of the steps to get to be like a wrestling match. And then Tim just slung him. Tim slung Red. And when he slung him, man, his back hit the wall so hard because it was like an off-balance sling. Red lost his balance. It looked like he was tumbling in the air. Boom! And he hit the wall. When he hit the wall, that took a lot of the fight out of him, man. Man, this is my word. Dude, Tim got on top of him, y'all. Tim got on top of him to start. Boom! 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 So now the CO see it. You see her on the phone. Greensville don't have no guns. Nothing saves you. Then the police is lazy. Man, this is my word. Tim pounding her. Boom, 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 boom. He punishing Red. I'm sitting there like, man, they fighting over a man. They are fighting over. He pound this man so much. Red then, first his back was on the wall. Then he slid down and got pounded. And the next thing you know, he was just out and dude was still hitting him. And just imagine somebody hitting the flesh and blood. And every time you hit, you see him hitting this light skin, man. You can just see his face just turning purple. He just boom, boom, boom. It was like he was trying to beat him to death. It was like he was trying to beat this man to death. This is my word. Guess what happened? You see the dude walk over there. He walked over there. He was like, and then I thought he was going to stop it, but it's like he was creeping towards the fight. And he was like, and he got close. And then right when I thought he was probably going to push Tim off him, man, the dude did like this. He gave him a Sparta kick to the face. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my. When he gave him that Sparta kick, I thought the man was dead. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought the man was dead. Man, the man hit the ground. Man, Tim got on top of him. Boom, 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 boom. I'm talking about just gorilla punches. And nobody stopped it. Nobody stopped it. Police come in to jump. Police come in to jump with the mace jump. Man, stop that fight. Stop that fight. Stop the fight now. He backed away from him, man. When he backed away from Red, man, Red was like, man, I can't even, it's not funny, man, but this was the first time I seen somebody get punched that many times when you already out. Because usually in prison, fights don't last that long. But I told y'all they moved me back to real prison. This is crazy, you know what I mean? Man, he pound that man, and then the dude C came over there and gave him a Sparta kick. It was crazy, you hear me? It was nuts, man. It was nuts, man. The police came in there. The police locked up, the dude Tim. He went down like a G, he went down. He went down. They cuffed him up. They took him, you know what I mean? The dude C was in our pod. He didn't go to jail. He got away with it. Man, this is my word. The dude C was so sinister, man. Y'all ain't gonna believe this, man. He was the one that they got, for him, he the one cleaned the blood up. My word. He was the one that cleaned the blood up in the pod. He the one, yeah. Like when they locked us down, you seen him come out. Went out the pod. He came back with the biohazard suit, and it was him. And he was cleaning up the blood. And I'm like, this man cleaning up his own. I'm like, yo, they were fighting over a man. All this over. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is real prison, man. This is real prison, y'all. And real prison gets violent, man. That's why I don't never want y'all to come. It's not a place you want to be. Even when you about to go home. It's like you might not make your release date sometime, man. Like, I just was blessed. And like, for God to put me through that test right there, to throw me in the fire. And for real, I was just somewhere where I was laid back, y'all. Lawrenceville, I was chilling. I was ready to go. I had a phone. And he sent me back to real prison probably just to open my eyes up to be like, do you really want to stay out the way when you get out? Or you welling? Because you got to go through this test first. And I went through that test, and there was so much stuff that happened in that pod, y'all, for that short period of time. So I'm telling y'all, man, like, you're not even safe when you're about to go home, man. So you don't want to go to prison, period, man. Period. Stay y'all ass out the way, man. Promise me that, man. But the dude C, the dude C, man, he stayed in our pod. And of course, Red is not there. He couldn't do the class no more. All that was gone. Man, the dude C ended up moving to the building across from us, which was the next building. I forgot the number of the building. He went over there. And when he went over there, probably like a month or two later, I probably had like 2 months. It's probably like in November, December. I looked up, man, one day I was on the yard working out, y'all. And I seen the dude C, and I seen the dude Tim walking laps on the other yard. And I'm saying in my head, this man just beat this man to death almost. And C almost kicked his whole brains out. And they still on the yard. I was like, you know what, God, it's not my business. So you know what, man? I ain't got nothing to do with it, man. I felt bad for the whole situation, y'all, but just to see how that played out, man. The dude Tim came and took the jank from him, man. It was nuts, man. It was nuts to witness, y'all. And that's the end of the story, y'all, man. Prison is nuts, man. I tell y'all, I pray that y'all stay out of there. I don't want y'all to go in there ever, man. Prison is whack. You winning if you out here. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to go through that. You don't want to go through that, man. So definitely stay your ass out the way, man. But I appreciate everybody watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Weekend banger game. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all know the count, man. And like I say, man, you know, it's the weekend. Make sure y'all turn me up this weekend. Turn me up. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, it's the weekend. Let's go. Let's go, man. People fighting over man. People fighting over men. I mean, they was fighting over a man, Buddha. He's a man, Buddha. You don't see that man is a man, Buddha. And that's what it was, man. So y'all be safe out there this weekend, man. I love y'all to death, man. Catch y'all next week, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, staying out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.